Good morning. Oh, whoops. I missed one little thing. Building a Ferris Bling from... Good. Alright. Today on the docket we have a Ferris Bling. Ferris Bling is a 34-key little teeny keyboard. Meant for chalks, I believe. Yes. Good, because that's the switches I have. It's got an integrated controller and I/O expander. It's got, as the name Bling suggests, it has... oh wait, hang on. Let me move my mic real quick. I just realized I had my mic in the position where I was using it with the coding and stuff I was doing on Sunday. I'm gonna have to figure out a different situation for the mic because the arm that I have it mounted on isn't flexible enough to do what I want with it in terms of moving it between places, but we'll see. Anyways, so it's got integrated controller. It's got I/O expander, it has LED drivers, it has all sorts of fun stuff. I believe this is kind of meant to be wireless? No, I don't remember. Anyways, it's a cute little board. I love the packaging here. You've got the PCB, you've got a little badge thing here, which is awesome. I love the crab. And then you've got your stuff all kind of taped on here, or hot snotted maybe. This is some very unique packaging. I haven't seen packaging like this before with a keyboard. So usually you just get this all in like little bags. Yeah, the Bling means it has RGBs. It doesn't have matrix RGB, which is good because that would take forever. But it does have, it does have some underglow. It's got some good amount of surface mount components. There are a couple of heat, like hot air gun slash, what am I trying to say? Hot air gun slash hot plate only components. But I've been told by a reliable source, aka Pierre, the guy who designed this, that I don't need to solder those, so I'm not going to. Hopefully that's okay, because if it's not, that's gonna be a bummer. But we'll see. So it's got all sorts of fun stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna get started on this. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this today. It's got, it's got some RGBs. It's got a bunch of resistors and diodes and capacitors and other weird stuff over here. So it might take me a little bit. Plus, I want to be really careful around the surface mount components. There's probably going to be tip changes involved. There's going to be all sorts of fun. Yeah, if I don't finish it today, I'll try to finish it up tomorrow. And if I don't finish it up tomorrow, it's going to be a while because my dad arrives tomorrow late and we're going out of town for a couple days. So it's going to be a week or so before I stream again, and my first stream when I get back will probably be the 3D printer setup. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna pull this off of the board here. There looks to be a couple of pieces of tape. Oh, and that's on the frame. I could have been a little more aggressive with that. Okay. Put that off to the side. Okay. So I think I can probably just safety squints and push on it to separate it all. Oh, that's right, I changed the trash bag because my bananas were attracting flies. And speaking of bananas, I don't have any bananas today. So if it's time for frustration banana, it's gonna be frustration, just walk away for a bit and maybe even end the stream early. Hopefully it won't get to that. But no bananas today. Which is sad because I love bananas, but you know. I do have my water bottle though, so I'll be staying hydrated, which is good because it's supposed to get hot here today. Cool. This has some info about the Ferris Bling on the back of the little badge. That will actually be really nice for meetups because I'll have that next to the bling. Oh, one other cool thing about this board is it has support for split KB pucks. Well, I happen to have 2 of them, but I can't find them readily in my box of keyboard stuff at the moment, so I'll come back to that. I don't want to bore everyone with digging through my keyboard box. Yeah, so since this is a more complex build, I'm going to bust out the build guide. Because I want to make sure I follow the correct order of operations, especially with soldered switches, because if I solder a switch and then I can't get to the thing under it, or I solder something and I can't get to the switch pads anymore, that could be a problem. So, and actually let me do one more thing here. I'm going to change this. Okay, maybe that'll be a little easier to see. Okay. Alright, let me pull up the Ferris build guide. Let me get it in the corner down here. For some reason that's not working. Okay, well, we'll deal with that in a bit, maybe. Okay, so it runs QMK. There we go. Okay, I just found the build guide. Or at least, no. ARG. How do I print one? How do I assemble one? Zip files for each release contain a file named ibomb.html. Alright, let me real quick while this is taking longer than I was expecting. Oh, that's why it's not showing. While this is taking longer than I'm expecting, I will make it so y'all can see what I'm doing here. GitHub release. Okay, here we go. 0.2 bling release.zip. ibomb.html. There we go. Maybe. This is really cool, whatever this is. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Okay, I like to sort the components by decreasing quantity to start with the most tedious work and end with the fun. Okay, so let's see. Sort by quantity, 35 diodes. But I'm actually going to skip the diodes for right now because I want to try some of the harder stuff first, because those are more interesting. I don't know how hard it is to see. Oh god, that's not good. That is not just okay. 9. There we go. Ha. Okay, we're making progress. This is a really neat interface, or nifty interface, I should say, but it is kind of hard to get to fit in a window. So, looks like there are none of these. So if I click on or hover over those, they show up in red on the display down here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's only on the one side, so I can do this and see them very well. I wish I could click on this and not make it change. It's a hover effect. So if I hover over this, great, it shows them up. But if I hover over the next one, so it's like I have to move my mouse off to the side and then come back to be able to interact with this. That's a little frustrating. But that's okay, because we've got it figured out now. Okay, so I'm actually, real quick, before I do any of that, I'm going to trim off the mouse bites here. Because they will bother me otherwise. Safety glasses. Yes, Kyle, I am also looking forward to this. I've been holding off on it because I thought I needed... Well, I've been holding off on it because I'm intimidated by the surface mount controllers and stuff. Because if you saw my stream on Friday or Saturday, I think it was, whatever, when I was trying to fix stuff up, like I have a Faunchpad and a Gergo that both have integrated controllers, and I don't have any idea why they don't work. Which reminds me, I'm actually supposed to send one of those off to Crides. I forgot to do that yesterday. I said I was going to. So I'll have to do that at some point today or tomorrow. So I'm a little intimidated by that. And also, because... Damn. How about edge cutters? Also because this has... two components that are supposed to have solder underneath them to connect to a ground plane or a ground of some sort that's under the component. I don't know if you can see that very well. But that, you know, that requires either a heat gun, which I don't have, or a hot plate or oven, neither of which I have. So it's like, okay, well, I can't actually build this, but Pierre said probably don't need it. So I'm gonna try without it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, well, then I have an excuse to buy a hot air station because I'll have to pull those components off to put some solder paste underneath and then hot air it back on. So it'll be a good excuse. Okay, that's a little better. Those mouse bites can be fugly. Okay, so let's get started. So I need the C94678 0.1 microfarad capacitors. So 0.1 microfarad doesn't have a number on there, but that might be because it's behind the capacitors. C49678. Okay. There's 7 of them, and they go in places. So this is the bottom. Here's the top. All right. Bust out the tweezers. I swear, I clean up my desk and 5 minutes later it's a mess again. There's just stuff everywhere. Get some of these things that I'm not actively using at the moment out of the way. There we go. Okay, so I know I'm going to use all these pads, so I'm just going to tin them real quick. Oops. Yeah, I'm just going to tin those. Not the rest of them yet. So I think I've decided about my streaming setup where I want to like work at a computer for a little bit. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this desk and make it into a dual purpose station. So it will be a proper desk that I can sit at and a proper workbench that I can solder stuff on. Because it's plenty big for it, I just need to rearrange it. The main reason is because I was trying to do some stuff with... Oh wait, I almost put it in the wrong place. I'm there. Thought for a second I lost it. I was trying to do some stuff with the iPad to try to do native streaming and like stream from the iPad to OBS, which actually worked great. Like, that part worked wonderfully. I was very impressed. The problem is I was using my phone to capture the audio, which also was working fine. It's not the best quality, but I was going to fix that by plugging a microphone into it and using that. But I was just proof of concepting it. But for whatever reason, even though I was sitting, you know, a few feet from my streaming computer, the phone was dropping connection. So it was sending video and audio to the computer, and the connection was dropping a lot. Which is not so bad with audio or with video because it just freezes, and since it was face cam, like, you know, it's just up in the corner, you might see me stutter a little bit or something like that. But with audio, it was like, it was a full-on dropout, and it was a lot. It was happening a lot. And I didn't know what the problem was. I didn't know where the bottleneck was. Was it network? Was it the phone? Like, is the phone overheating because it was getting warm? A bunch of stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I give up. I am eventually, as part of this, probably going to need an actual desktop system. Instead of just my iPad for some work that I need to do. So I'm just gonna make this down here work. And then I get my dining room back, because my dining room is where I have my desk set up, because, you know, I went from working in an office to working from home full time last year, like most other people did. And since I don't have a huge place, I don't have a dedicated room for an office, I just moved my dining room table and stacked up the chairs and used my dining room as my office, but I'd like to have my dining room back. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, one of the other things I did recently was I have it now so I can build ZMK locally. I even have a pull request open to ZMK for some Docker stuff, doing some other stuff, so I'm making progress there. And I'm going to get cracking. I was gonna start by trying to figure out Bongo Cat for ZMK for my Zaphod, but then this morning I found out that Pete scooped me and did it himself. So that is not happening, but at the same time it's nice because I get to see how he did it. So then hopefully that will help me figure out how to begin working on ZMK, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm going to be doing some of that streaming at some point. I did a little bit of it on Sunday, kind of accidentally. I was I did just an ad hoc test stream to try to play around with some stuff, and then it kind of pivoted into me working on ZMK a little bit, trying to get it, or working on my build environment. So it's kind of fun. Okay, that is not the best solder connection I've ever made. Come on. Okay, do I still have a bridge there? I feel like I still have a bridge there. If only I had a microscope. There's definitely still a bridge there. Okay. Let me real quick. Oh no, I already did hit the other side. Let me just hit this with some flux and see if I can fudge it a little bit. There, I think that did it. Whoops. It's still pretty close, but better than it was. Okay, that's good enough for now, I guess. Now, no, it's not. I am way too picky to leave that be like that. Try to get a good solid tin on this. So I can hopefully melt that quickly. There. Okay. That should be better. Yes. It's still close, but I don't think I'm gonna get much better than that. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize just how much room this was taking here. Alright. So we've got 2 of our 7 capacitors placed and soldered. Let me get this other side real quick, just a little touch. Okay. So third one is here. Come on. Always takes a little bit to get warmed up. And I don't mean the iron, I mean the human. There we go. That's much better. Okay. 3 out of 7. Fourth one is over here. Man, everything just wants to bridge today for some reason. Let me just do a little tinner here. Chat, y'all are awfully quiet today. What's up with that? How's everyone doing? Did you have a good start to the week with Monday? Did you see that ludicrous display last night? Okay. So second one down gets one of these. Why is that sticking to my... Just a little touch more solder on this pad. Yeah, I'm just not doing a wonderful job at soldering today. Oh, well, there's a lot of surface mount components. There's a lot of very fine pitch pads that are being washed out or blown out by, like, you can kind of see the little ripple patterns there as I bend it, but like if you look, you can see it's a lot of little legs on that controller right here. I am intimidated by these, and y'all have seen me build a bunch of keyboards at this point, so I don't think it's definitely not undoable. And worst that happens, you screw it all up and you buy a hot air station and fix it and do it properly. I'm gonna try to do it by hand, and hopefully my soldering iron stops giving me hell. I don't know what is going on today. It just will not heat. Come on, melt that solder right there. Melt it. Okay, let me add a little more. Jesus. Not good. The joint's probably fine, but it just looks fugly. Okay, so that's all of them on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got 3 on this side. Yeah, and the Ferris sweep is really easy. Like, just looking at it, there's no diodes. It's just controllers, TRS jack, bunch of switches. Like, really could not be much easier than that. I'm not going to solder all three, or tin all three of those, because I will accidentally put one in the wrong place. That will happen, guaranteed. So I'm not going to tin all three of those. Oh, I'm sorry, Kaz. I really should write a script or something that spams out my link everywhere. Because I do it by hand. But you know, Kaz, if you hit the subscribe and ring the little bell, you get a notification whenever I'm streaming. I wouldn't say the sweep is too easy. It's just not difficult at all. Like, someone asked me for like a quote or estimate or whatever on building one for them. And the more I looked at it, the more I was like 20 bucks? Like, that would take me like half an hour to build for you. And then I was like, and as my usual, I am going to try to convince you to do it yourself, because especially the sweep is so easy. Like, you just do it yourself. Like, really. I get if you don't want to, or if you don't have the tools or whatever, but if you're intimidated at all by it, I encourage you to just build it your own, or on your own. Here to see me fuck this up. Yep, that is exactly what I want you here for. I want you to see me fuck this up. I take a big risk doing stuff like this on stream, because if I fuck it up, it is public record. But that's part of the fun and part of the challenge. Yeah, Locker. They were up. They had Board Source had them for more than 3 hours. They had them for like a day and a half. But yeah, nice nanos are out of stock pretty much everywhere already. I got 10 of them, and I'm very happy I did, because I don't know when I'm gonna see them again. And I would be very sad if I couldn't do a build, because I didn't have the nano. C94678. I'm just gonna write that on here. I should bring down my fine point marker. C94678. Right? No. C49678. Alright, so I get to mark those as placed. Does that do anything to there? No. Okay. So next one. C28323. I do know that I'm not the biggest order of nice nanos that anyone made. So that's good. Okay, so there are 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Let's plop this down here. Okay. And this one goes here. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my dad to, while he's here, get a manicure with me. But when I suggested it, he laughed, like, why would I do that? And I was like, well, you don't need to get your nails polished, just, you know, treat yourself. Get a little handy, you know? I don't think he's gonna go for it. He's 80, he'll be 81 next month. And, kind of like conservative in the style sense, not necessarily like the political sense. You know, old-fashioned. So I'm not super optimistic that he's going to want to do it, but I'm either getting my nails done tomorrow or Thursday, depending on if he wants to get his done or not. I just can't get heat to work today. Dead. Jesus. Well, I do try to emulate Donna when I say treat yourself, because that's where I got that. Donna is probably one of my favorite characters on Community, because she's like this closet rich person with massive amounts of style, loves her job but also hates it at the same time. When she and Ron go hunting that one night, Ron's like, or she's like, you know we need a permit for this, right? And he looks at her incredulously. He's like, what? And she goes, nah, I'm just playing. You know I don't give a shit about that. Like, she's just so sassy and has so much attitude and is awesome. I don't love her obsession with her Benz because I don't like fancy cars so much. I don't like car culture that comes with it. I mean, I did used to own a BMW, so I can't say like, oh, I don't like German expensive sports cars. But there's a lot of negative culture that comes with that kind of thing. But I love the love affair of, like, there's the one episode where they're like, okay, and you're gonna have to park out in the street. And she's like, I'm not gonna park my Benz. And then they're out camping and someone shoots her car and she's like dying. Not because she's hurt, but because someone shot her car, and like, it's just hilarious. Yeah, I feel like every character in that show is just phenomenal. And everyone plays those characters perfectly. Yeah, there are definitely times when I try to emulate Ron too. Don't half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. I mean, that's just fantastic life advice, you know? But at the same time, you really can't apply that to streaming building keyboards. Because I'm half-assing both of these, you know? At the same time. I'm trying to whole-ass both of them, but, you know. I'm making sacrifices on both fronts. Nice job, Obasab. Both in screwing it up or screwing it up perfectly. That would be one of those task failed successfully things. Like you get done and you're like, fuck yeah, I nailed it. And then you look and you're like, and it's 90 degrees clock or oriented off, you know, off whatever. 90 degrees wrong. I feel like kind of that happened when I did my 2% milk. Like, I was proud of every solder joint on that board, but then it was, you know, I had the controller rotated, so it can't work. Okay. So that's those. And let me trim this. Put it back on the card so I have my extras. Okay. Next up, some resistors. Oh, you know... Oh, I was about to say, I didn't look to see if there were any on the back, but the quantity is 5. I did 5. There aren't any on the back. So we've got resistors C149504. 100 kilo ohm resistors. That must be here. So did you buy like a proper hot plate and use that to melt it off, or you said you improvised a hot plate? What did you end up using? So that goes here. Put it directly on your electric stove. Okay, that's a good way to do it. Because that would certainly get hot enough. One, we got the top one here. Man, I remember when I was doing this kind of thing years and years ago when I built my Ergo docks. I had taped every component down so that you could see just the one side, and I was using a super fine tip, and it still took me forever. And I mean, this is going to take me a good while, but like, it's a lot different experience. Than when I did it before. Same soldering iron though. Frequently use it being frequently use that approach, or frequently use that board, or both, as the case may be. And also, was this a glass top electric stove, or was it like a coil, an exposed coil? Because one of those terrifies me a lot more than the other for that, the prospect of doing that. And I'll let you guess which one. Nope. Oh, yours was a glass top. Okay. Yeah, the, I would be a lot less concerned about a glass top for that. But on the proper, like, direct coil ones, that just terrify me. I don't know why. See, I see Scrubs as a very different category than Community and Parks and Rec. Maybe it's because it was a different era. But Community, Parks and Rec, and 30 Rock are kind of all the same, like, you know, SNL folks making really great TV shows. Hello, Pierre. You get to watch me butcher your keyboard. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Uh-oh, British office versus US office. Keep it civil, folks. I haven't actually seen any of the British office. Or I've seen very, very little of it. Here, 1 point of feedback for you. So it's great, it's got the values on here, and it's great, it's got the numbers. But I would put the numbers so they're not under the glue that you're using to hold the components on. If that's possible. Just because you rip the components off, and now you don't know what the number is. But I do love this, especially with all these unlabeled components. Because, like, all these capacitors, it's like, great, what are these even? Because as far as I know, there's no markings on them. I don't know how you're supposed to tell what they are. At least the resistors have numbers. Let's see. C149... 504. Okay. I need the, because right now, like I'm looking for C17673. Don't know what that is. In fact, because I ripped that off there, I don't even know what these are, but I can look at the numbers on the resistors, which I might have to do. But these are 4.7 kiloohms. That's got to be these. Yes. Yeah, there is. I just, extra confirmation. Okay. So there's 1 on this side and 3 on the right. And the 1 on this side goes here. Also, I really like this iBomb interface. It took me a minute to kind of figure out how to get it to display things the way I wanted it to. But it's really nifty. Flip over. There we go. Okay, so then that's both of them here, and one there. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all 4 of those placed. Okay, so then this is left hand. 10 microfarad capacitors. So that's here, C1 702408. Let me put these back real quick. Did you hand assemble all of these little packs like this? Because that's impressive. That's a lot of work. Uh-oh. There they all go. Oh. Shit. Okay, well there's all 4 of them. Well, it certainly shows. This is really awesome packaging. down the bottom over here. Not getting a lot of love from the heat gods today. And that's because my tip is not staying well tinned. The UK version is the original, and it has some good casting, but it's also very British, so it's very different humor. Yeah. Oh, come on. I also just noticed something. It's possible that's a little loose. Let me just know. Okay. We'll bust out the big guns here. Yeah, the IT crowd is a fantastic show. Especially as someone coming from an information technology background. Whenever family is like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I work in IT. Whenever a potential employer is asking me that, though, oh, no, I don't do IT. Because to me, IT is a very different role than what I do. For Frig's sake, come on. Okay. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Use that all the time. Shit. Okay, we're really getting serious on this bridge here. This is ridiculous. Busted out the big flux, busting out some tape. Tweezers, because now I've soldered the friggin' wick to the board. And it's all really because now the boss is watching, right? So it's like, okay. The pressure is on. So now I'm really screwing up. I swear I'm better at soldering than this. I'm not even trying to desolder these. I'm just trying to fix this damn bridge I made. Oh my god. Okay, more solder. And pull the wick off. Oh god, finally. For crying out loud. Let's see what mess I have left here. This may be the wrong decision, but it's what I'm gonna do for now. We're going with the pointy boy. This is where frustration banana would come in really nicely. But I do not have a frustration banana today. So, just gonna have to deal with it. Hey, look at that. Two separate joints. All right. Get this little blob. Okay, that took way longer than it should have. Okay, so go back over to here. We're at the 10 microfarad capacitors. We've got one installed here, two installed here, and that's both of them. Okay. And because I'm slightly paranoid, I'm just going to check this real quick. Y'all aren't going to see it. That's okay. It's messy, but it doesn't look like it's touching. Okay. All right. That was fun. Is there like a record for the slowest time to solder a single component ever? Because I think that's probably up there. Okay, let's see. So we got next up 4.7 microfarads. Oh, wait. We've got an extra. There's supposed to be two. But I'm pretty sure in all of that, I lost one of them. So we'll put that there. And if I find the other one, I'll stick it on there, but I think it's on the floor, which means it's has vanished into the pit of despair. Okay. 4.7 microfarad. So one of them goes here, and the other one goes there. Hate these tweezers. I don't know why everything's sticking to them. But for some reason, it's just sticking to the tweezers. Look at that. I mean, I guess they're probably magnetic. Is this a magnetic component? Yes, that's why. That's why. Oh, great. Why am I having so much problems with heat today? I'm not gonna solder anything under those, actually. I have it on good authority that is not necessary. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly skeptical of that, but when the designer of the board tells you probably don't need it, then at least I can blame him if it doesn't work. I don't think it's even doable with just a soldering iron. Unless I just try to crank the heat up and heat it through the back, but CBT6, I don't know what that is. I have a Weller, if you're talking about soldering iron. I have a Weller WESD51. I also have a Pine Sill, but I suspect that has less power than this. Okay. I have an MCU. Whatever you put in the kit. And I can't see the back of it yet, so. Soon, we will see the back of it. Okay, so this one and that. And those are 18 kilo ohms. There we go. That's better. Oh. Well, but the RGB does, right? Or the something? There's something on this that does, because the build guide says you need a Hot air station. Or breed me something does. There are words to that effect somewhere in the official words. Okay. Well, we will find out if it does or doesn't work without it, because I am not going to solder it. Okay. Okay, next up, 27834, 5.1 kilo ohm resistors. .1 kilo ohms. Oh, and those are right on top of each other, right here. Oh, come on. Flip over and stay flipped over. For crying out loud. Ah. Okay, so that's those. Definitely wishing I had a banana right now. Aha! Okay, so now we're getting into the hard stuff. LED drivers. Really wish I had a banana right now. Okay, so let me do some prep work here. Most important prep work. Make sure I know exactly what orientation these need to be on here. Oh god. Oh man. How are you supposed to solder these? No, not for scale. For eating. I mean, I guess I could smear some paste on here and just hit it with the iron after I put that on, but like, how do I know it's not bridged between them? And oh man, what a use flux. Okay. So one thing this doesn't show is the orientation. And there doesn't seem to be an indicator on the PCB. Also for orientation, highlight first pin in eyeball. Under the gear, highlight first pin. Oh, that's cool. Okay, great. And so that's the dot. So there's, let me bust out the microscope because this is the scale of component we're talking about here. Light? Aziz, light. Whoa, too much light. Okay. So there's the little dot. And there are the pads. So that pad in the lower left there, or I guess center left, goes with the dot. Oh. I am really, really skeptical that I'm gonna be able to do this. Oh man, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Do I pre-tin the pads? Like, what do I just lay a bunch of flux all over this and just try to solder it? Like, how does this even? Pre-tin one pad, but see the problem is like pre-tin one pad. Okay, flux first, then go with an excess of solder. So you're saying before I even put the chip on, like just to tin the pads? Here? Or are you saying like flux component and then just slap a bunch of solder on the side and it'll kind of flow onto there? Get good. Yeah. Sorry, I've got a little finger for you. This is how you get good, though, is you try and fail. Or try and succeed, one of the two. You would not pre-tin. Okay, so just lay a bunch of flux on there. Alright, so there's a little dab of flux, and I'm going to spread it around with the brush. Go flux, component, solder one side, and check position. Okay. Well, one nice thing about flux is that this should stick pretty decently. Okay, I'm actually going to check position first. Okay, that. Okay, so I can kind of see the leads on the side. Alright, let me pick it up and look here. So this actually, I think, looks pretty good. Let's see if I can focus this. Got a little more light, maybe? I love this microscope. Best 25 bucks. Okay. Except now I'm blinding myself with my studio light. Okay, that I think looks good, positioning wise. Give me some solder on this friggin' thing. Okay. Yeah, I know. And I have solder paste, but... the fun part here is trying to do it the hard way. Okay. So we've got an excess of solder on the ball, or on the blob there. Try to get it right down on the component. I think I need some more solder. Get a big old blob on there. Alright, let's do this. Hold on to your butts. Ah, shit. That was what I was afraid of. And now it's stuck. Oh, dear. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Pierre is making me build this. I bought this. I paid good money to torture myself with this. And I screwed up this brush. It's fine, I've got more of them, but a little frustrated. Okay, so let me just hit this with the... Why is that left one black? Or is there only supposed to be... There are only supposed to be 6 pads on that? No. Did I lift a friggin' pad already? Did I? Fuck, I did. Look at that. That's a pad. That right there. That's a lifted pad. And there's not really any way to fix that. Although, hopefully, maybe that pad is not necessary. Please tell me that pad is just... It's just there for contact. That it doesn't connect to anything. That it's just there for... Yeah, I suspect that doesn't matter because I'm looking at PCB here. I don't see any traces. Well, it's hard to see traces on this. I don't think it's connected to anything. Because I see traces to the one to the right coming down on the bottom there. But I don't see a trace coming off of it. Although, like I said, it's really hard to see the traces. Trying to make some shadow here, or reflection or something to get some contour. I don't see, yeah, I don't see a trace coming off there. All right, I think we're still in business. I think we're still good. That was on one is unused. Okay. That is great to know. Probably why it was so easy to lift. Because there's nothing there. It's not connected to anything. Alright. Take 2. Get some shmoo on here. Lower my temperature. Okay. This time, probably hold the component with tweezers until it's held by tin. Yeah. Alright, sorry, I gotta kill this light. I'm looking past it at my monitor where the microscope display is. Okay, well. We'll give this a shot here. Okay, now I actually want the light back on. There we go. The ones that are reversed? I've got those, and I've got fat tweezers. Like this? Oh, you mean so I can hold it like this, but there, this way? I don't have any tweezers like that. But I can do this. And I'm gonna do one more thing. Big old magnifying glass. Oh, well, I don't have any that are closed by default. These lock. Okay, y'all aren't probably going to be able to see through this, but I can. And that's what's important right this moment. Okay. So now I've got a whole bunch of bridged paths. And I think it's misaligned. It's totally misaligned, but that's okay. Okay, so solder all the sides and then worry about bridges. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. This thing is wobbly. It just wobbles, and that doesn't help anything, especially because I keep bumping into it. It is kind of the world's shittiest magnifying glass light, but it's the only one I have, so that's what I gotta deal with. Alignment is important before soldering more than one side. Yes, because it's hard, really hard to move once more than one side is soldered, because you can really only reasonably heat up one side at a time. I got that. Now, sometimes I wish I had a button that I could be like, okay, now give me a finger on the end of here that isn't hot so I can push this down real quick. Because it's not laying flat on the friggin' board. This is impossible to see, even with this magnifying glass. I think that magnifying glass is doing more harm than good. Let me try to get... because this isn't helping that there's a bunch of solder on this ground pad now. Yep. I know. I'm trying to stick with it. If it wasn't difficult, it would be boring. let me try to move this into... Oh, there's also a little bit of... There. That might help it sit a little more flat on this. Okay, quit sticking to the fucking tweezers. Okay, so you said bridges are fine. I'm gonna just go full crazy big blob solder on this. Okay, the alignment is way off, for sure, but it's stuck to the board at least. Okay, now here's where the helping hands are actually the get out of my face hands. Actually, that doesn't look terrible. Not terrible. Damn it, this light. Okay. Okay, I think that alignment offset by one pin horizontally. Oh yeah, you're right. There it is. Yeah. Okay. That's what I suspected, but I was like, I don't see that. But okay, we are making progress. Okay, let's see, can I... Can I flip this over? Tighten these down. There, okay. Yeah. That's what I was shooting for. That's why I thought, you know, that's why I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's off alignment. Okay. That's better. That's much better. Yeah, I believe you are correct. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. So now I just blob the other sides too, just to get them all locked into place, and then fix the bridges. Okay. I am very thankful for your presence. Okay. Can I just run the iron there? It's not sticking. That is not slurping into the joints at all. Blob all, then flux magic. And sorry, I'm not, decide with more tinge, face chip. Okay. Sorry, I'm not doing a great job of camera work on this one, because it's very much prioritizing me being able to see this stuff than y'all. Okay, well, I mean, the thing is, they all kind of have the same amount of tin. Shit. You know what? I think I need a little more heat. We're gonna go back up just a touch. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's see here. Good old friend, isopropyl alcohol. Okay. I can't tell if those... I don't think those have solder on them. Trying to get the... Okay, we got a couple of bridges on that side. Obviously a big bridge on the one. Yeah, those are dry. Okay. I think I have some schmooed up alcohol on there, so I'm gonna hit that with just a touch of alcohol, or not alcohol, but solder or flux things. There we go. Okay. This. That's the good stuff right there. And that is so blown out. I'm sorry, I just can't. If I turn the light way down... I mean, the hard part here is the white board. And black component. But yeah, that looks, I would say, about as perfect as we can get. Okay. So, right side. Okay. Alright, I'm getting the hang of this. Okay. We're figuring out the process here. Clean it off, get some fresh flux. A lot of it. Get it all up in that shit. Bunch of solder. And boom. Look at that. Damn it. Focus and fuck. Look at that. Pretty. Yeah, I was gonna do redo the right side anyways. So that works. Okay. Little IPA. Little bit of cleaning. This is super, super satisfying. I hope you know that. Like, I was frustrated banana there for a hot minute. But now I'm just like, okay, this is good. Okay. Get a little something something in there. Okay. And then we just kind of smear it. And then what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Hard to see. Sorry for the shaky camera. Okay, I can't tell. Is that all bridged or is that floats? I think that's just floats. Pretty sure that's just floats. Let me clean it off. Yeah, there's a bunch of bridges still. Okay. Shmoo a little flux in here. I think there's still a bridge on this bottom tube. Nope. Those look good. A little bit of lifted silk or solder trace covering or whatever, but that's fine. Yeah, I know. I was just trying it out. Well, there's one downside of dragging. I lifted a pad and shifted it sideways, and that does look like it's connected to something. So, god damn it. Yeah, those right to the pad in the middle there shifted. Let's see if I can't push it back. To the right place. Damn it, every time I touch this thing, I have to refocus it. Okay, well that looks a little better. What do you think? I mean, there's a bridge there still, obviously, but like... Think we're good? Oh, dude. Get a little more light on this. Oh, there's a couple of bridges still. Okay. That's what I did wrong, because I felt it was catching a little bit. Okay, we got a big old blob of bridge there. And I need some more flux, I think. That was not an intentional tap. It got stuck. We're getting closer. Okay. Well, I just want to hit those last two now, because those first four look fine. I'm trying to get between the legs a little bit because that second to last one was the one that I lifted by accident. So I'm trying to push it back over a little bit. Okay. I have some pads that are floating on the right. Or you mean on the right end of this? Like those two pads that are bridged. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to fix. Those two. I don't think the one on the far right gets used. Just from looking at the traces, I don't think there's a trace under there. But right now they're the second to far right is connected to the far right pin, I think, and it's bridged, and I don't think that should be the case. So trying to kind of shove it back over a little bit with the iron. That actually might be it. Let's try to clean up some of this so I can see it better. Well, I did fix it. Brakes. I fixed it, but I think now 4 and 5 there are bridged. Get some more flux in there. It was so close. It was so close. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Just the tiniest bridges left. I'm just gonna slurp right in there, heat it up, and pull it off somehow. It's so close, yeah. Okay. I kinda ish. I don't know. I think there's still a bridge there. I can't tell. It's really hard. It's like the bridge is like under the chip at this point. What do you think? It's so hard to see. Because that little shit on the right, I don't care about. It's just those 5 pins right there in the middle. 3 bridges? Oh, yeah, okay. We're getting there. Okay. Come on, Flux, work your magic. Nope, that's so many bridges now. I mean, part of the problem was that this side started off with so much extra solder that it's like I'm trying to pull it off. Okay, and we're at 2.5 hours, so I'm definitely calling it after this chip, but I want to get this chip done. Because it's so close. Whoops. Boom. That's it. That's it right there. That's 5 clean joints. All right. Go through half a gallon of flux. Okay, let me just double check the other sides real quick. Yes, they are, especially on stuff like this, I imagine, because it's like, I mean, how do you fix that? Like, you know, between a diode or something, I could put a big fat bodge wire on there, but these things are just so tiny. So we've got that ugly ass nastiness there I don't care about. We've got 5 good solder joints there. Got good solder joints there. Good joints there. Good joints there. All right. Yay! Okay, well, that was certainly an experience. That was certainly an experience. Wow. That was a lot easier, honestly, than I thought it was going to be. In the sense of, it was difficult, right? Because I kept screwing it up. But this one, because there's one on the other side, right? Yeah. This one, I have a feeling that it will be a lot easier. It'll, because now that I kind of have, I don't want to say have it figured out, but I've done it once. It's, yeah. Entertaining. That's good. You know, Schadenfreude can be fun. Even for the person experiencing the pain. So that's good. Ow. Speaking of experiencing pain, I just stabbed myself with my tweezers because they poked through this thing. That's fun. Okay. What's extra funny is you would look at that and not think that these and that was made by the same person, because these look so bad, but, you know, whatever. C'est la vie. Yeah. That was, good, interesting struggle fest. So yeah, I am definitely calling that here right today because, you know, the next one is the other one. And, it's been 2 hours, 45 minutes, and probably the last hour or so of that was just fixing, just doing that one component. So, it's kind of like, okay, I need a break now. And I don't want to get 4 hours in and just be like, okay, I'm so done, I can't even with this. Plus, I've got a bunch of other stuff I got to do. My dad's coming tomorrow night. I got to clean, I got to do laundry, I got to clean the cat box, I got to pick some things up. So, tomorrow, I'm going to bring, or I'm going to continue working on this. I don't know if I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I've got 2 big surface mount, lots of pads, components left. So we'll see. And then all the diodes. I might just do the diodes off stream if I feel bored, because y'all have seen me do diodes. I don't need to do that on stream, but we'll see. Yeah. This is fun. This was really fun. Looking forward to finishing this off, but it might not be this week. So, that's it. I do have kind of a mini little announcement. I commissioned some artwork from an artist in the Absalom Club server named Purse. And let's see. Here we go. Let me blow this up a little bigger so you can see it better. Actually, hang on. Let me put this back. Let me do this. Blow this up a little bigger. There we go. So if you look here, this is really, really awesome art. So this is like, you know, carving a slice off of a keycap, like cutting a roast or something like that. There is a even more trimmed down version of this that I'm using for my profile picture, and I will be using as the channel icon for YouTube at some point. I don't think I've done that yet. I have not, but I'm gonna do that. And then this, which is super fun. There's a modification to it that's coming down the road, because when I did this, I was like, oh, we should have a little cup in the back corner that's got, like, you know, that's one of these. That's you know, specimen jar with some chalk robins in it or whatever. And so we did that. But I forgot that also it'd be kind of cool to have a stroopwafel in there as a nod to Thomas from Split KB. So got 2 of those in there, or she's gonna add that. But this is kind of like, you've got the banana in there. So there's the frustration banana, there's perps, there's boba gums, there's a corn PCB. You've got the specimen jar with chalk robins in it, a soldering iron, and then that's my cat Bean. I have 2 cats, but he's the one who would be doing this. If any of my cats was going to be swatting at switches on my board while I was soldering, it would be Bean, because he's mischievous and curious and funny, and playful. So that's really cool. There's another scene coming as well that's going to be a larger kind of banner size thing. So with all of that stuff, like, I am getting ready to kind of fully launch this whole thing. I have a Discord set up that I'm kind of betaing with a couple of people. I need to set up a rules, set of rules in there. I want to do like an about page in there so that you can get links to my streams or YouTube channel, links to the website, stuff like that. And I need to work on the website because right now it doesn't link to anything. So you go to keyboard.kitchen and there's like 4 build logs in there, but they're all just kind of standalone isolated things. So, and it's like a stock WordPress theme. So I'm going to have to play around with that and try to get the art in there, try to get it so it looks a little more, I don't know, like I might want it to or something. Maybe get a little more content, but also most importantly, have it linked to the YouTube channel, have it linked to the Discord, that sort of thing. So, that's kind of like, I'm getting close to 100 followers or 100 subscribers. And so I'm kind of like, yay, I'm going to finally launch this thing. So that's coming soon. It won't be this week because, like I said, my dad is coming. We're going to be traveling basically almost the entire time he's here, which is kind of weird, but that's okay. Because we're going to go out and see the coast, and we're going to go down the coast a couple of days. There's some stuff to do. So I won't be streaming. I'll stream tomorrow, probably this, but I won't be streaming until he gets back. So it'll be like mid next week before I stream again. And I'm hoping that stream, if this isn't done, I'll finish this off on that stream. If it is done, I'm going to do the 3D printer. So keep on the lookout for that. And yeah. Oh, and I was playing around over the weekend with some face cam stuff. and some like streaming the desktop stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that by next week because the printer is going to be the priority, I think, but face cam coming soon, and I will probably be doing more hacking on hardware and stuff, not just soldering components onto PCBs, but like this is a breakout board thing for, whoops, let me get rid of this. This is a breakout board thing for a ZMK compatible controller. I'm going to try to play around with these little touchpads with that controller to try to get it into ZMK. So then maybe I can make a, you know, keyboard with ZMK with touchpad support. And I'm going to try to do that on stream as much as I can, just for no other reason, to just have something to share. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. I'm excited about it, and yeah. Anyways, thanks y'all for hanging out. This was fun. Thank you, Pierre, so much, both for making this board and also for holding my hand so much through this. Like, I would not have gotten that part on there without your help. So thank you so much for that. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get that other one on there pretty easily. Knock on wood. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to take off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.